So this is called Super Art Fight.
Hello, Ocean City Comic-Con! Good afternoon and welcome. I see you socially distanced, whether intentionally or not. My name is Marty Day.
And I'm Colleen.
And this is the greatest live art competition in the known universe. This is Super Art Fight! It's an honor and a pleasure to be spending this afternoon here with you. We're really excited. We've got a very awesome show planned for you. We understand, though, it's like noon on a Saturday, so you're probably still waking up. But this is an interactive, fun, crazy, exciting live event. So all the energy you can give us, the better it's going to be. So be sure to hoot, holler, cheer, applaud, all of it. We want to hear it from you here this afternoon. Now, something we do before every single show. We like to check and see who's seen Super Art Fight before. Awesome, awesome, thank you. Who are our newbies? Welcome, welcome, thank you for coming out. We appreciate seeing you here. For those of you who have never seen Super Art Fight, I'd like to break you off a piece of the remix. I'd like to toss it over to my friend and co-host Colleen to explain to you what a Super Art Fight is and what you're going to see here today. Colleen!
Hello, so Super Art Fight is the greatest live art competition in the known universe. But what you will see today is two artists going head to head on this canvas and battle Pictionary. Each one has a starting topic that we have decided on, and at 5 minutes we spin the Wheel of Death.
Yes, indeed.
Populated by topics that have been submitted by our audience via superartfight.com. And every 5 minutes, that will spin until we reach the end of the bout, which is 20 minutes. And then you, our beautiful audience, will choose the winner based on your voices with this handy-dandy decibel reading app.
Yes, indeed. We put the power back into your hands, more accurately your voices. The louder you cheer, that means that person wins. So keep your eyes on the artist, keep your eyes on the canvas, and if you miss anything, don't worry, that's what Colleen and I are for. We're going to be providing commentary all show long to explain to you what the artists are drawing and pointing out different things that you may have missed on the canvas. Now look, that's a lot of information to take in. We just broke down the rules, the regulations, what you're going to see, all that fun stuff. But the best way to understand how a Super Art Fight works is by seeing one live and in person. So, Ocean City Comic-Con, what say we get things started? Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, your opening contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. I'd like to bring to the stage first an artist who, weirdly enough, actually joined us during the whole global shutdown thing. We moved to doing online shows, and this artist just popped up on our Zoom call, and we haven't been able to get rid of them. I'm not entirely sure who they are and what they do for money, but we know they like to art fight. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the man who is Groovy! Groovy, bud. Hey. Yeah, I know. People. Places, things. Groovy, how you doing here today?
Man, I'm awesome. How about yourself, Mark?
I'm great. It's nice to see that you exist below your waist. Oh, God.
I can't. Oh, no, I can't.
You like me?
It's a landline, stupid.
Of course. All right, well, Groovy, best of luck on the canvas here today. We'll find out what your starting topic is in just a moment. And now to bring out your opponent. This artist is one of the winningest artists in Super Art Fight. She's a former Super Art Fight champion. She is Super Art Fight's resident magical girl. And as always, she's got something sweet and wonderful planned for you here today. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Shoujo a Go-Go!
Hi, Shoujo. How are you doing?
I'm ecstatic. I'm just happy to be under the lights and see faces again, even though they're half covered up. Sorry for the
Do you want to talk about this outfit you're wearing today?
So when you're in quarantine and you get too much cake batter and you have way too many rhinestones, this is what happens. I have to like make it to my size and then eat it from the inside out.
I mean, that's what I would do. Well, I hope that you two have a great battle. Marty, are we ready to get it started?
Yes, indeed. And the way we get started is with the revealing of the starting topics. Prior to each bout, each artist has been given a starting topic. Because we are just 2 weeks away from Crimbo, we decided to give each artist that you're going to be seeing competing today a unique holiday-themed topic. So we're going to ask them for them now. Groovy?
Yes.
What is your starting topic, my friend?
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. Fantastic.
Shoujo, what is yours?
The holiday's most unsung hero, Mrs. Claus!
All right, it's Santa versus Mrs. Claus to kick off bout number 1 of 3 this afternoon. I think we already know Mrs. Claus will probably win. We've got 20 minutes on the clock. We're going to start this the way we start all Super Art Fight bouts. We're going to ask the artists if they're ready. They're going to cheer. We're going to ask you if you are ready. You, hopefully, will also cheer. And then we'll count down together. 3, 2, 1, our fight. So, artists, are you ready? Audience, are you ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, our fight! 20 minutes on the clock here, as seen on the Wheel of Death. It spun for some reason. Be steady, Wheel of Death, and we will find out what new topics they get after this 5-minute opening round, which kicks off with Santa on the right-hand side by Groovy against Shoujo Go-Go on the left, drawing Mrs. Claus. Colleen, what are you seeing so far on the canvas?
Well, from the hands of Groovy, we've got a Santa Claus who may be, I don't know, on some things, because his eyes are a little off the way.
A little too much gingerbread a little early in the season, or at least some type of baked good.
Yes, absolutely. Maybe a red and white one.
Yes, emphasis on the baked, of course.
Exactly. And from Shoujo, we have a lovely Mrs. Claus who is wearing a mask like she should.
Very nice addition there. Now, it looks like Shoujo Go-Go is rendering something in the hands of Mrs. Claus as we look for possibly the first offensive maneuver here on the Super Art Fight canvas. We'll see how that comes across. Now, the way this works is over 20 minutes, they get to draw anywhere and everywhere on the canvas. So, at any point, they don't just have to stay on their side. They can come in the center, they can take over sides, they can draw so long as it's additional to what their opponent has done so far. Can't just scribble something out, you gotta make it work for you, and we're gonna see if we can make it work for the artists here, right here, today at Ocean City Comic Con.
So Marty, it looks like Groovy might have gotten the
Certainly appears that way, Colleen.
The ears are quite droopy, and the teeth not dressed.
I found this one by the pier.
A Santa by the pier cannot be trusted.
That's a
Super
creepy
Art
looking
Fight
Santa.
top tip, folks. Only see Santas in designated Santa areas, especially on a day like today, which has SantaCon. Be safe out there, folks. Now, Colleen, what's Shoujo Go-Go got planned? It looks like she's coming through the center there with the first offensive attack.
We have our first attack, and it is a gingerbread man. Oh, I've been corrected, a gingerbread man.
A ninja bread man firing across the center of the canvas to attack this tripped out Gollum-esque Santa over here on the right-hand side.
I wonder if this gingerbread man is flavored like chai tea.
Possibly, certainly possibly. And we're going to have the first spinning of the Wheel of Death coming up in just over a minute. What's going to happen is when we hit the 15-minute mark, we're going to count down those final 10 seconds, and we're going to spin the wheel for the first time. When that happens, we want to hear everybody here chanting Wheel of Death, which is not something you get to chant every day, at least now in this post-pagan society. Now, it looks like the artists are right on top of each other, Colleen. Can you make out what's going on?
I am not quite sure what Groovy is drawing, but it is an attack. Oh, it's an explosion.
Not just any attack, an explosion. I think we all appreciated the call out there. We're 15 seconds away, a minute and 15 seconds away from the first spinning of the Wheel of Death. And it looks like the tree topper has now been fired directly into the forehead of good old Saint Nick.
Those things, quite sharp.
Yes, yes. Very much enjoy an attack-based Christmas tree here, Colleen. 45 seconds to that all-important first spin. Again, we're going to count down from the 10-second mark as we get into this first all-important spin. Each artist has one respin available to them per bout. We're going to see how it goes in the next few seconds.
Oh, Marty, Groovy is giving Mrs. Claus some gingivitis.
Yes, indeed. Well, that's what you get, a lifetime of eating cookies and poor health care. I can't imagine that the dental care at the North Pole is fantastic. It's just going to break real bad for her. We're going to count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wheel of Death!
Wheel of Death! Wheel of Death! The littlest kaiju goes to Groovy. Shoujo Go-Go gets infinite ska. Taking the respin, both competitors. Despair Bear goes to Groovy. Unicorns goes to Shoujo A Go-Go.
You know, Marty, I am personally offended that they got rid of infinite ska.
Yes. Ska cannot be tossed away. It can only be contained, Colleen.
That's true.
14 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in this opening contest. Bout number 1 of 3 we're presenting for you here today. And already we are seeing the artwork change in ways that I don't think any of us anticipated. It started with Mrs. Claus versus Santa Claus. Now we're getting Despair Bears, Unicorns, and all the more to come.
From Groovy, we have our first change-up. Mrs. Claus is now a very sad bear.
Aww.
Still with gingivitis.
It's cool how they
Yes,
switch so they
yes.
can put their own take on
Again,
each
bear
picture.
dental care, not really a priority these days. You can prevent forest fires if you're a bear, but you can't prevent gingivitis.
Bear is not known for flossing.
And now a lot of open space there in the center of the canvas. We had the explosion. And what is flying in the air there, Shoujo A Go-Go? More in the center of the canvas and across. Yes, what are we looking at there? So that's more of the Christmas tree. All right, fantastic. As now our adorable unicorn coming in on the right-hand side of the canvas from Shoujo Go-Go.
It is stabbing Santa in the face.
That is one way to ensure you get all the presents you want this year. Just stab Santa right in the face. It's a great way to go. Oh. I did not anticipate that. That was absolutely delightful.
Children of the audience, this is an imposter Santa.
Yes,
Just so you
yes. This was the weird one we found in the pier. Don't worry. Ah, we got a Band-Aid. Perfect, perfect. 12 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in this opening contest. Shoujo Go-Go and Groovy were, of course, both key components of our Twitch shows that we got to do during the period of time where we couldn't do shows in the meat space. So, very excited to have them both on stage here today.
Shoujo, are you turning those bombs into unicorn bees? Fantastic.
Little tiny unicorns now coming all over the canvas. And it looks like we have another very sad, grumped out bear appearing on the left-hand side. The Despair Bear appearing from the pen of Groovy on the far left. Just barely missed on the Wheel of Death, to give you an idea of topics we may see here later today. Off with their heads, prehistoric clowns, your opponent, Warrior Princess, and Robot Parade.
Now, Groovy, is that bear so sad because it's fuzzy wuzzy and he's not very fuzzy? Okay, that's what I thought. So sad.
All stands to reason. 1 minute, 13 seconds to go in this opening contest, or to the next spin in this opening contest.
We have Shoujo over here on the canvas in the corner. We've got her hugging it out with the bear, trying to make the bear feel better.
Very much being the shoulder to lean on for the despairing bear on the left is our own Shoujo Go-Go. But now Groovy coming down here, lower left-hand side. Looks like he's got something unicorny in his pocket. We'll see how that plays out as we get closer to the next spin of the Wheel of Death. No re-spins remaining for either competitor. 10 minutes, 25 seconds remaining, folks.
Pooh Bear. It's a Pooh Bear.
He's poo-pooing a little bit of everything here, and it does appear that he is firing laser beams from his eyes. This is truly the addition to the A.A. Milne classic that Disney should have added.
I agree wholeheartedly.
And a pair of gigantic googly eyes are now making their way to the center of the canvas.
And they are set very googly.
Yes. They could not get more googled.
Marty, if you could put a googly eye on anything, what would be your top thing to put a googly eye on?
The Mona Lisa, hands down. I believe both for prestige and to get rid of her very creepy stare.
I think that's quite a good choice.
Yeah, how about you, Colleen? Anything in the world you could drop a pair of googly eyes on it.
I think I would put it on the Washington Monument. Just way up top, super big, one on either side. Like the other two, maybe all four sides, you know?
Yeah, the all-seeing googly eyes.
Yes.
Now, my question is, would they be novelty-sized googly eyes, very large, or just the normal tiny ones? They just happen to be on the Washington
So
Monument.
we're going full comedy star on it.
Okay. I love it. I love so much about this. In fact, I'm going to write my congressperson to insist this happens.
Hopefully all of you will also write your congressperson. We all want this, right?
Less than 8 minutes to go. Will it be Shoujo Go-Go? Will it be Groovy? Again, folks, we use the decibel. Still anyone's game here on the canvas, folks. Some of the things we missed out on: questionable charities, teacup animals, amazing lawn ornaments, and pillow fight. We've now got a very angry and saddened a ninja bread monster down there in the lower part of the center of the canvas. And we're going to count down in just a moment. Final spin in this bout, folks. We'd love to hear all of you with us. And we're at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go! Wheel of Death! Groovy, you get to draw some cat loafs. Cat loafs everywhere, whereas Shoujo, you get to draw grotesque animal heads.
Grotesque apparently means incisors grow very long, grotesque.
Yes, that's not how it works at all.
But that's okay.
And so ends the edutainment portion of today's show.
Oh, we've got more, you know that.
Oh yes, I know you absolutely do have more. You did research prior to today's show.
Did do research.
If you're just joining us, hey folks, great news. We have seats. You can sit down. It's probably a fire hazard to stand where you are. Fantastic.
There are plenty of seats. We recommend maybe down here and right there, or up there, whatever you choose fits.
3 minutes, 47 seconds remaining in this bout 1 of 3. And of course, then in about Shoujo a Go-Go Groovy, you will pick the victor.
Now, Shoujo, I see that you've drawn a cat butt.
Yes.
So where is its head?
You'll just have to wait and see.
Valid.
Okay. How about yourself?
I am also a grape.
Oh, fantastic. We'll have to go get some grape jelly later,
I
bud.
actually prefer jam as well. I mean, no bougie like that.
And now we are getting some additional artwork being rendered by both artists. Is now, since so much of the canvas is full, it's about adding unique things that pop, that speak to the audience here. So we'll have to see what the artist can fit in the corners, in the crevices, to really make it all work.
So it seems that Groovy has turned that Santa.
Well, sometimes. 1 minute, 22 seconds. You might want to stay on the canvas, gang. Colleen, what do you see in the artist render in these final moments
Alright
here?
guys, so this is Super
Well,
Art
it looks
Fight.
like Groovy is adding claws to the cosmic horror that is Cookie Monster.